Right. Right, back with this. So, about a fortnight ago, it went into planning. That was 100% totally corrupt to the end. The only good thing that's come out of that is that was, I believe it should be recorded because it was on the internet and my wife watched it, that. And what a mess. So, one of the planners stands up, spoke and said, because he heard a bit from a couple of ones was a guy speaking for her. They gave him a few minutes and then they threw him out. Obviously didn't want to hear everything. And Tracy Mitchell, independent councillor, has made representations for the residents, of course, and good ones, where the two Labour idiot clowns, the plastic cardboard ones, not interested, they're part of the problem for here. So what happened was, a couple of bits were said, they wouldn't let us finish it all. So everything that was put down to that portal, they've took no notice of and not passed it over to them. Even the pollution aspect, which is high context of carcinogens under the soil. They weren't even aware of that. So when it was mentioned, Tracy was just going to give them some information and they say there's COVID or someone's got COVID, we're going to pass this, and they just passed it, corruptly passed it. Anybody can see it, it's as plain as a nose, it's on with face, people, I'm telling you. Can't be allowed to happen, man. This is very important, you know. And nobody's above the law. And it needs to be looked at, and that's where we're going now. So they passed it, and then Tracy and others were livid with them, because when they said there was a COVID and we'll let it pass it now, they were out canvassing the next day. Labour councillors I'm talking about here, totally corrupt, used dirty swines, man. You dirtbags, proper dirtbags, Labour council people are not representing anyone in this ward. Right, let's get to this. So, the Labour councillors, the two cardboard cutouts that left over there, we've got an independent who's trying to fight the case, his case is here forward. The two cardboard cutouts had premeditated this with Newcastle City Council. They've strung along, they've never represented with, they're not democratic because they're not representing any of the residents. All they're representing is a political part of what the council's doing, which is we're going to corruptly take your field and steal it under false pretences and lies, of course. We've got them 100% about this. They're corrupt to the core. We'll have the paperwork as is now. It's up here, man. And it's not looking good for them. The only thing stopping this exploding is us getting this out, and we're being blocked, I'm telling you. Sure. Secretary of State, this is where we're going next. Catherine McKinnell said you can go here and there, because she sat back a bit, you know, and I'll get in a minute, man. So, Secretary of State, I'm just trying to get on the website to get to them. You want to see it, man. There's IPAs and all sorts of garbage mentioned. For the normal punter, hard to get through to them. But we're going to get some help to see if we can get through to the Secretary of State, because what they're doing as well, he sent up an inspector, and you've heard this before, anybody that's listened before, they're bringing her name, Joanna Gilbert, I'm going to mention her name, her name and her reputation into disrepute, because they've known exactly what she said, which was in a note attached when she come to pass the DAP. Well, these will remain accessible, our field mentioning, of course, and then a month later they put it into property services after she'd been up and then flog it off, Disgusting, man. So I don't know why she's been sent up by the Secretary of State when they take no notice. So either she's aware of it, the way she's done her notes, or she's not. So one way or another, totally corrupt. Council know what they've done, and we're going to prove it, you know. We've got the paperwork with everything we've said. So we'll get the Secretary of State that's going in this week, and we'll see what he says. Right, the MP Catherine McKinnell went to her, talked to her, because before this we'd had a meeting with her and says, look, we want to expose this now. And then her partner said, the guy that was there said, well, wait, we'll see what they say and all that. So we've been a little along a bit, and of course they've corruptly done it. So we're trying to get a meeting with her, FaceTime with two councillors. Now she's refusing more or less to meet with the councillors. What she's saying is, I just represent residents, constituents, should I say. I would have thought they work in this area. She's the MP for the area. There'll be constituents as well, of course, I would have thought. But anyway, she's not having that. We're trying to get a FaceTime meeting. She says, well, I'm very busy. So she can not even give a half an hour FaceTime, man, to her faces till March, sometime in March. Not good. So what's happened? We're forced to she's going to give a meeting on the computer, on the laptop, and we're going to expose this out of her. And I believe, like some of you should believe our authority, and I ever think about it. A member of Parliament knows that someone is going to show that this has been corruptly premeditated from the start, all the way through. Officers caught out telling lies, breaking codes of conduct, breaking, well, I would say 2/3 or more of Newell 7 principles of public life. That can't be acceptable. And they know what they're doing, you see. And I believe Catherine knows. Pardon, windy pops, but we'll see. So Friday, we've got a meeting with Catherine McKinnell, me and my wife, of course. And we'll see what she says, and we're going to lay it out, and we're going to make statements. And we're going to state it for the record, people. So look, yous all take care. Look after yourselves, you know, the crack, don't watch any of that telly. And yeah, man, when it comes to voting, which is soon, Labour, vote them all out. They're totally 100% corrupt. I don't have any time for any Labour councillor out there till I come across one, because we contacted several, and as you know, they're not interested. Protocol and all this bullshit. Protocol shouldn't come ahead of lies, deceit, stealing the field, and definitely not above children's and residents' health, of course. Hey, this is where we're at with them, man. 100% corrupt, winking short, 100%. So take care, look after yourselves. I'll be back and we'll see what Catherine McKinnell's come up with. Should I take it seriously? That's all I'm going to say. See you later.